Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are starting a brand new series. It is The Witcher Season 2. That is right. The second season is finally out. We've had to wait, I think, 2 years for it, so it's quite fitting. Season 2 after 2 years. So the first season, sadly, is not on my channel. I did do YouTube before that, but here it is. Season 2, though. Really exciting. I think all the episodes are released, so we can jump right into it. Hopefully we do daily uploads for it and get it boxed off. I thought that season 1 was sick. I had to say it did. It was so good. Now, it was a little confusing, to be honest. The story is just kind of like all over the place. I know many people thought it was quite hard to follow. Now, I'm not going to go too in depth on it because, like I said, I am possibly wrong in my perception of it. Also, know is I watched it, I enjoyed it, it was sick, and I can't wait for this one. But I perceived it as there's like three factions. Let's call it three factions. You had like the elves, the magicals, like you had the humans, and then obviously you had well, the Witcher. That's just the way I seen it. Now, obviously it was like the elves seeing that the humans had taken over all of the land and they wanted to get it back, so they kind of like had a war between them. Now, Yennefer, she was part elf and part human, I think, and she could do magic, and obviously you had the Witcher, the monster hunter, going around. Now, what was interesting is he ended up doing a job for, I think it was a queen, and he lifted a curse off some guy. He had a curse put on him. He looked like he was a creature. He lifted it. He come back to a normal male, and he was like, "How can we ever thank you? How can we do this?" And he said, "Well, I'll invoke the law of surprise," or something like that. It was, and it bound him to that family. What they didn't know is that that couple was actually pregnant, so that means that the baby that was inside him, it's now his. I don't know, it's weird, but what I understand is Ciri is the girl that was born. Now, obviously, she's a girl. We got into the present. Obviously, the elves are attacking the humans. A war's going on. The family gets taken out. The Ciri's left. She's escaped. She's running. She's fled. Now, Gerald, he's trying to find her. And at the very end, obviously, we have Yennefer in her crew fighting against, I think it was the elves anyway, fighting against the elves. And then we also had the humans obviously fighting against it as well. So two big wars going on. Yennefer was really powerful. She shot like fireballs, burn all of the forest. It looked like many people thought she died as well. I don't know. I've not really seen the trailer actually, which is really exciting for me to come in. It's a blank slate. I'm thinking that she's still alive though. Joe was trying to find her at the end, as well as a couple of other people when she didn't resurface. Obviously, he's ended up reuniting with Ciri. She met him in the woods, and he was saying like fate always brings people back together. And then she said to him, "Who is Yennefer?" So, I mean, really interesting because actually, liked Yennefer and Geralt together. They was pretty good, and I liked her character progression as well. She went from being like this cowardly person into being this strong ass beast. So again, I can't wait for this season, to be honest. Like I said, first one I thought was not a little confusing. It was hard to follow, but it was so good. And I've got to say, it was amazing, and it was worth a watch. And I can't wait for this one. So thanks for clicking on today's video. If you are new, we do post the full videos free each time they're released on the YouTube in the description. Just click on that and go on the Patreon, put the password in, and boom, you can watch the full episode. So thanks so much, everybody. If you do enjoy today's video, please smash the like. Really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into episode 1 of season 2 of The Witcher.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, Dunzo, mate. All of them gone just like that. This is straight after Yennefer attacks them, innit? Gotta be.
4,000 dead Temerian soldiers, 5,000 dead Kaedwinians, and at least 20,000 of theirs. She's gone.
Still alive, isn't she? She's got to be. Dominated it though. Killed 30,000 people.
Yennefer!
Stay on the horse. Where is she?
And who are you to her exactly?
Is she alive?
We won because of her. She bought us time until the armies arrived.
Was it worth it?
Will you please tell me who she is?
Doesn't matter.
Let me go.
I sleep like shit too.
You don't sleep at all.
Makes a few nightmares. What about yours?
The Black Knight has me on his horse. Sintra is burning. I'm too helpless to stop any of it. I need to understand some things. You claim the law of surprise and got me. Why?
As payment for a debt.
What's right, mate? The law of surprise.
Your father didn't know what he was giving up.
I'm your destiny, whatever that means.
You're much more than that, Cyrilla.
What about Skellig? I have people there too. I'd be safe there.
If you want, but you'd be married off to the nearest lord of bad breath. Food is good there, though.
I mean, it's a tough one. Good food. Always pushes it over. You know what's interesting with that, yeah, is, well, not that conversation specifically. Their eyes. Now, I flashed over to Yennefer when I just seen their eyes. Then, was hers purple at one point, or are they purple all the time? And because we've not seen it yet in this season, and like I said, I've not watched it in like 2 years. So I believe hers was purple. Hers are bright green. His are yellow. Now, do they represent different things, different factions, different powers? And like, it also makes you think. Imagine if everybody's eyes was that powerful, so to speak. You look at them; they're so standoutish, and like, you know, when you do get people, like, usually it's blue eyes, like, in real life, that you tell when some people have got big blue eyes. Like, it really, really stands out, and people are drawn to it. It's kind of like one of the things, like, if you've got a facial feature, a big beard, it's the first thing that, like, your eyes draw to, you know, when somebody meets you. Or, like, I've got long hair, so, like, straight away, you know, if when someone meets me, they see the hair straight away. It's one of those, and I feel like the eyes is just the same. And they're saying there that, you know, they don't, well, he hardly even sleeps, you know, the less sleep, the less dreams, which is interesting. And my question is to you guys, how much sleep do you actually get per night? You know, like, realistically, what is it that you actually get? To me, it's not very much. I don't know if you can see, but that is my phone. I don't know if it's going to focus in. But over the last 6 months, I've averaged an average bedtime of 5 hours, 30 minutes. 5 hours, 30 minutes sleep per night over the last 6 months. So that's what I get. And I can rock with it fine. A few coffees in a day, obviously. But apart from that, I'm all good.
Stay with us!
Incile quis perte, tenclin quis cov.
And what about this?
Fringilla was at the front, coordinating the Nilfgaardian attack with the prisoner we took. We need intelligence from that prisoner now. The kings have their blood up. They want to chase Nilfgaard south.
We do not know the troops the Nilfgaard have in reserve, where they are reassembling, what they are planning next.
Spies don't have much. Only that he orchestrated the fall of Sintra, and that he doesn't answer to the general.
He will give us everything we need, if I can have time with him.
We have rules.
She wasn't asking your permission.
So is their prisoner? Oh, there she is, mate. Yennefer. I'm assuming their prisoner is. Was it the elf? The one that, you know, started the fight? The one. Was he not chasing someone and the ground broke and it ripped apart and they ran? It might have been Yennefer. She ran one way and he was stuck on the other side. Is it that guy? And also, the one, that bald guy there, he was saying about his family member. Was she that girl with really, really short hair that was fighting against Yennefer? I'm assuming that is as well. Maybe he turns later on, I don't know. Oh, yeah, exactly, there she is.
Wasn't sure what to make it.
Decent. So they're still alive, both of them, actually.
There was an attack a long time ago when I was a boy. Almost wiped us all out. So now we like to keep a low profile.
Were you attacked because you're different?
Sure. We can't see the future like you can.
Something saying, mate. Guy's sensing it. Oh, there we go.
Easy.
How did you do that?
It's called Axie.
Well, that's been absolutely ravaged, hasn't it? Look at it.
We should keep moving.
This is where them 3 people got attacked at the start.
There are no guards.
So what now?
I know somewhere nearby. An old friend.
Do you reckon it was got to be spelled on it, like just to scare people?
What the fuck are you doing here, you old son?
This is your friend.
Yeah.
And coming out of the cold, Witcher. I'll tell you everything.
Ciri.
Well, Ciri, what say you to a hot bath?
I'm fine.
You, my friend, are very far from fine. You reek of old horse. 13 winters since we last saw each other?
Evelyn, I'm not one to slight the right of hospitality, but I do need to know that she's safe here.
She is.
Well, he seems pretty decent, this guy. What's that?
So much for this. My other clothes were ready to run away by themselves.
Roast venison, sage truffles, sweet wine, and lots of it! Has he told you how we first met?
He's not especially chatty.
You see, this snow-capped sourpuss here. See that weak-and whelp of a lad? That was me. And I tried to prove myself to my father. This one pulls me up by the scruff of my neck and slays the wyvern, snapping at my nethers. He hands me the wyvern's head, tells my father I was the one that killed it. It was the first and last time I saw my father proud of me.
Tell us about your curse.
In front of the girl,
She's tougher than you think.
I trashed the temple of the lion-headed spider, high on godflesh mushrooms. This priestess cursed me to live like this.
All curses have cures. What does she say?
She screamed something about love and blood. I've tried to end it, Geralt, but I kept coming back.
The village below was abandoned.
After the Battle of Sodden, the countryside is a dangerous place. Maybe it's the end of days.
I've lived through a whole dark age and 3 supposed end of days.
Who is this what's watching them?
Nivelin, do you have a cat? I think the poor thing might be stuck in the ceiling.
I do, in fact. She's fine.
Didn't you say you were cursed to live alone?
How about the show?
How about we scout the property?
Hey, that was good, man. That was actually decent. So that's pretty good. It did look like a person in the floorboards looking down, didn't it? You know, it did not look like a cat. Now, it's interesting what he was saying. Yeah, did he say that the people, that someone that attacked that village was like people? Did he say it was people flying on creatures? Not. I thought it might have just been a creature on its own, like, I don't know, a big dragon or something. Because he did fight a dragon, didn't they, in the last season? But I don't know. I took from that conversation that people was riding the creatures, and he was coming down and he was slaughtering everyone. And he was saying, like, because of the war between, they say, the north and the south, it's just messing everything up, and like everybody's coming and everybody's just attacking. It's interesting. And he's saying that obviously he's been cursed. He tried to kill himself a few times. He's not been able to do it. The witch well and truly did curse him. But then he said that obviously he's supposed to be spending time alone without anybody around him. And they've just kind of used 2 different things that he said already and used it against him. So he's obviously lying in that aspect, but I wonder why. But he seems alright. Do you know what? From face value, he seems alright so far, but you never know with people, you know. So we're going to have to find out again. This is the guy I was on about before, yeah? Where the floor cracked.
Do what you will. Make no difference in the end.
I need to know what Nilfgaard wants. You have taken someone from me and leave you cold and helpless, trapped in the eternal darkness. I know you want to scream. It's too soon because I haven't even started yet.
It's sick. Oh, good.
Unlike you, I'm not one to waste chaos on frivolous nonsense.
I wouldn't call burning half your forces frivolous. You're on the run.
Sodom was merely a raindrop before the storm.
My humble apologies. The mighty white flame himself. Can't imagine he'll be too happy to see you return. Tail between your legs.
You've broken their sacred law, you've tapped into fire magic.
At Tissa's behest. I'll be lauded for saving them. At least conjure me up some decent food before we get to Shitguard.
Do you know what? From my experience, when you watch TV programs, right, it's always the case that she'll take Yennefer back as like, please accept this, and they'll say, I will accept it. but you also lost, mate. Boom, dead. You know what I mean? Like, usually when you watch shows, that's what happens. Like, they'll take it to you, they'll take it, and then they'll take you out because you failed them.
It's a famous piece I first saw as a lad while studying at Oxenford.
What's it called?
The Fall of the Elders. Ordained by hate to kill, instead found love and ran away against their people's will. Into bliss the two did wed, a baby on the way, child born to parents dead, that fateful winter's day.
I wish I could go back in time and save him. Save everyone.
I have a few things I should like to change myself.
Innit?
It's what eats you alive. Loneliness.
Mousak told me of a hedgehog man who was cured by true love.
He was probably worthy. All my servants are buried there. I killed them the day I turned, not knowing what I was, not knowing my own strength. I'm being a bore, and you must be tired. It's been a treat. I think I'm still a man, but mostly I know what I really am.
I watched my entire home burn to the ground at the hands of another. My family trapped inside. You don't seem like a monster to me.
These are born of deeds done, unforgivable ones.
No, that was a fact though, innit, mate? Monsters are nasty people, not the way you look. His horse is his best mate. He knows the score. Look at him. Look over there, son. Something's there.
Finest mead from the rarest Carathian desert honey.
Just before we go into there, man, he knows the score. Somebody has been there. He said that he's destined to be around nobody. He's seen the fresh footprints in the snow. It's always going to happen, isn't it? That's a downfall when you've got snow, that any little thing. I always think as well, do you know when they're filming this, if they do a scene wrong, they're going to be like, God's sake, man, we've got to sort this floor out now so it looks like you've never been here. You know, get all the snow back out, throw it down. So, like, it's a wonder for him because he knows that somebody 100% has been there. So he's going to question him now, that why he's been lying.
Let's play a drinking game.
Oh, now we're talking.
We throw daggers. Whoever misses your dear father's head drinks and tells the truth.
How did you find yourself looking after a young girl?
I promised her grandmother before she died. The world is changing. Perhaps that's why the Law of Surprise brought us together.
Bullseye. What changed you?
Who? Yennefer of Enquiry. She's dead.
How long ago?
A few days.
How are you not heartbroken?
Who says I'm not?
It's facts, innit, mate? Everybody shows emotions differently.
Of course, it's lame.
I know.
Do you really think offering me as a sacrifice will be enough to spare your failure?
Yeah, I said that, didn't I?
You watch my head roll right before your own.
You think that we ventured north to conquer? We came to liberate. Should I have left my post as you did? But shirked my duties, wasted my talents.
I have nothing to hide.
From me, maybe. But have you told the girl the truth? That witches obtain children so they can feed them with magic herbs. All human feelings and reactions are trained out of them.
That's well interesting.
The look of a man who's worried he's lost his touch. You got me there.
No way.
Magic knife.
I know who you truly are. What are you hiding now?
I need to drain the snake and hit the silk.
Look at that, mate. The guy, he's been right. He's been a bit sketchy since he got there. He's dodged the question about the animal and obviously like who's there. He's spellbound those knives so he can't hit the target. He obviously would know, like, if he's a pro knife thrower, for example, he would know that if he's throwing it and he's going west, like something's not right. Especially, okay, a couple of them. Just pretend I was a pro archery shooter in the Olympics, and I shot at the target and I missed it the first time. Well, you could be like, all right, dodgy shot, no, and then you shoot it another 4 times and none of them hit the target. You'd be like, what's going on here? Like, what are these? Are these arrows okay? Like, what is the bow? Like, so for him to not be able to get anywhere near close, he obviously knew, put 2 and 2 together for his own knife bullseye. You know, as soon as he comes over to ask him a question, you know, what is it that you're hiding? I've seen you in the worst of all states, you know, like, so what's going on? And then he gets up and he's like, I just need to go to the toilet. You know what? Actually, I'm going to go for a lie down, have some rest. I'll speak in the morning. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's being dead sketchy. And all it's doing is raising more eyes, more suspicion onto him. and more questions, and he's not going to stop digging until he finds out. And he knows that somebody was there, wasn't he? He's seen it. He's seen the footprints in the snow, and I've seen it as well. Seen that person. I'm really intrigued to know who it is. And you know, as well, like Yennefer, she said that what I said before, mate. Usually, if you've been defeated in war and you bring somebody back to try and save your own ass, so to speak, you get killed and they take that person anyway. And she said the exact same thing, didn't she? She was like, look, mate, you bring this back, my head will roll just as soon as your head rolls. So, like, you think that you're going to offer me, you're just going to die as well. So join us. She was like, well, we don't really want to join you. You didn't go there to win. We went there to liberate. Very interesting. Go. Oh. Yo, check this.
I'm Farina, a friend of Nivelin. You were having a nightmare. I came to check on you.
Nivelin said you're a cat. What are you?
I am different. I am not you. Why do you travel with that man? I know what he is. He kills things.
Monsters.
Humans do bad things to everybody.
He loves you. This must be our secret until you leave.
I don't know what she is, but it's pretty good, man.
It flies.
Geralt? What's going on, Geralt?
Move.
Oh, what is this? Hey, check this. What a shot. Right out the window in front of her.
I can't help myself if you run. He's wrong.
Hey, that was good. Yeah, this is mad, this. I'm really liking it. Visuals are really good. Oh, yeah, that was horrible.
I'll rip her throat out unless you leave us alone.
Oh, he's got to cut her head off. Oh, wow. That visual is sick.
Come for you too.
It's going back to normal now. Oh, look at this.
It's all wrong!
Oh, look at that.
You're free now.
I found her in the woods. She wasn't scared of me. She chose to stay. But
She couldn't control herself.
She loved you.
Love and blood. Learned men and mages have racked their brains over it for years.
I knowingly turned my eyes away from what she did to the villagers because she didn't care that I was cursed all those years for raping the priestess.
Oh, what?
Don't go.
Of course he's
I
going.
beg you, end this.
Magic's gone out his house. He's literally got nothing now. That was mad, that, wasn't it, mate? Literally, that was well mad what he just said then at the end. Mad? Like, so he... I mean, I can get where he's coming from with the not wanting to tell him that she's there, because he said that he was cursed and never to have love or whatever again, wasn't it? And then he's found somebody that was willing to accept who he is for, well, the beast that he currently was looking like. And, you know, if he was willing to turn a blind eye on her hunger, maybe killing a few innocent people coming in and out of the town, if it meant that he had companionship. Now, I mean, that is real sad. It shows how lonely he is. But if you're raping people, you deserve to be lonely, mate, literally. Like, as soon as that come out, it's like, fucking hell, mate. She deserves to die. You don't deserve to have no magic. It's crazy. Your perception of a person changes just like a snap of a finger, doesn't it? It's mental. But let's be honest, the graphics of her like transitioning in and out, obviously from being the bat flying around into the human, her face doing all the twitches and the sonic boom that she done, and he countered it with a shield and pinged her back and knocked her across, obviously, the the front there, and then obviously she's come back. He's managed to take her out smartly, whipping a sword up behind him and clipping her, and then he stabbed her, his mate, and then she's turned her neck round and dragged herself across the pole towards it, and he's just whipped the head off. And then she said to her, didn't she, that he'll be coming for you or something at some point. I'm assuming that that's relaying back into the story that that guy was saying, that when the kids, you know, they take stuff or something and then they have a choice, or they do a test to see whether they're going to stay a Witcher, and if they fail or something, and this is what the Witcher done, and that's how he transitioned over into being him. I don't know, but I didn't fully grasp that convo, but I grasped that like a challenge or something gets undertaken by magical people like as they get older or something. It's interesting anyway. There's so much info that was getting thrown about, and like I was trying to like concentrate so much and trying to guess if she was good or bad or whatnot. And then like what that guy said at the end threw me, and it's just like wow, so much stuff going on, but it's really exciting. I did enjoy that thing. This is what this show does, man. It does good visuals, good fights, and really interesting stories.
When I say run, and when I say get to rush.
I know. I think there's something wrong with me. Everywhere I go, people die. Sometimes I feel like I could burn the whole world.
Fear is an illness. If you catch it and you leave it untreated, it can consume you.
Yo, I do like what he's just said there. That was a sick counter to like a fear.
I wonder how long before they turn on you.
Look at that, mate. That was sick, honestly. Left them two standing, mate. Oh, it's finished. What a good way to end that episode then. And that is going to wrap up episode 1 of season 2 of The Witcher. What a good way to end the episode, honestly. Like, who has attacked them? Them arrows or whatever it was. It looked like javelins, if I'm being honest. It was massive, and obviously they was retractable as well. It went straight in the people and then yanked them back. It was well interesting to see, and it's left them two standing purposely. So it's going to be interesting to see who it is that's actually engaging in this fight. Now, if you was that other person, would you uncuff your neck? Because I definitely would, mate. It's like, look at all this attack here. Like, all these people have just been taken out. I need all the firepower that I've got. Whether we're against each other after we've possibly defeated them, that's future problems, mate. Right now, we've got a problem staring us in the darkness. Not in the face, in the darkness, mate. And we don't know where it is and who's coming for us. And we need all the firepower that we can get. So I would definitely be uncuffing her. I'd be trying to get behind her. We've seen her take out 30,000 people, mate. In the last episode of season 1, that's what was confirmed in this episode. So you know she's stronger. You know she's probably got the best chance of helping you stay alive while this encounter is going on. Now, I really enjoyed the fight that's just happened between obviously the Witcher and that, I don't even know what that creature was, but it was sick anyway. I love the transitions. She's going in and out, flying, attacking, doing a bit of spells here and there, casting it. I did enjoy the scenes in the house as well with him, with his friend. And I knew he was being a bit sketchy. He was all episode, but then again, when he told his side of the story, you can kind of understand why. You know, as soon as he kind of figured out that there was a monster there, he was straight on it, took his potion or whatever it was, and he went after it, and he obviously managed to take her down. And then with the help from his friend at the end, who ended up saying that, you know, he turned a blind eye to attacking people here, there, and everywhere because he's destined to be a beast on his own. And she come in, she didn't, you know, she didn't care. She chose to stay, and it was his only companionship. And obviously that is the reason why he let her do what he let her do, and he let her feed on him as well to stay a bit stronger. Now, he ended up saying that, you know, his past crime or whatever was raping somebody, and that is probably the reason why he become a beast, which is absolutely brutal. He definitely deserved to be cast upon, but I mean, he got given like powers, mate. He used the best of him, which obviously is not ideal, but that was mental. I kind of liked, do you know what, we didn't get his mate, do you know, like, toss a coin to your Witcher. He wasn't in this episode, so that's interesting. I can't remember if he died or not. I hope he didn't, because he busted out that banger, didn't he? You know, Yennette's crew or whatever still looking for her, torturing that elf. And the visual and that was sick as well. She was trying to get in his head, get his memories, and the guy was screaming, but she was like, mate, you think this is pain? You're not even going to be screaming yet. I've not even scratched the surface of the memories that I could dig deep. And then it like cut and he was screaming, but we didn't actually hear it. It was like silent, but you could see the pain on his face. That was really good. We've seen all the casualties, obviously, from the previous one episode. Like I said, all them people died, and it was just good all round. I really enjoyed it. You know, we got information about Siri, how possibly she's gonna have to face something, a decision. I don't really know 100% what he was saying. He said something like, you're born as witches or something, and as you grow older you do a task or you make a decision or something, you decide to be one, and you transition over into being, I don't know, a monster or something, or a fighter. I'm not too sure, but he's withholding some sort of information that she possibly does deserve to know or warrant to know, so she knows more about her future. But again, we're only on episode 1. There's loads to go. I thought this was a really good reintroduction to it. I thought that maybe because of the big massive break, they could have, I don't know, expressed a little bit of more what went on in season 1 so people could understand. But they did do a 3-minute recap at the start of the episode, which I'm assuming that they wanted everybody to watch and get back up to date. And it's kind of a hint if you don't know what's going on, go back and watch it. But yeah, it was a good opening episode, got me excited for the next one. Really enjoyed the ending, enjoyed the fight as well, and the information that was being given. I'm just excited that it's back, and I can't wait to obviously see the rest of the season. So if you guys did enjoy today's episode, please smash a like, it really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers guys.